I have good news, right? Most everyone knows your name. No, you can wear it anyway.
I'm ready. Take it easy.
Oh, of course. All right.
Locked away in a safe place so they just get lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
Don't worry, we will remind you many times.
I'm sure that's okay.
We've got one of those big hooks that we don't use to pull people off, we used to push them up.
I'm sure, I know I was kind of shy about going up, but I had to see somebody, you always wait for the person, and that really helps you. They did that.
You're an English reader, you're okay.
How many was
Do the job.
yeah,
Yeah.
The same one.
You gave white piece of paper.
Which one did you have last year? RV or something?
Oh.
I got English this year.
Yeah.
I like those in Hebrew.
They sound fantastic.
There weren't that many Hebrew parts. There was only one Hebrew part outside of the Torah blessings and the Torah readings. I think they changed
We
these.
could always add more, of course.
Sure, right? That's exactly what we need. Yeah. Socks too, Mike. Those are amazing.
Yeah.
They're just amazing.
VOR.
Hold on. Always have something fashionable.
I have a question. Rabbinic question. Why during the holidays do we have a purple mouse? I'm okay with that answer. All right. I will
That's your one hand. Now,
Why on high holidays do we call it a machzor and not a siddur?
So now you gotta look that up, okay?
I gotta look that up.
Shortage. What's the shortage? See that? Yeah, later on. You can text or email me. I started doing that with my kids years ago. Like, yeah, what's the? I tell you, you have to remember. Right? So let's look it up. But in this case, you'll.
page 12. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mimelech, malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mimelech, malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidchem leshalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mimelech, malachei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Page 19.
Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat lekabela. 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 Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, Ishri Emanu-El hamiuchad, Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat lekabela. Likrat Shabbat bechuven elcha, ki hi mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat lekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat lekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki ba'orech kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei לחדותי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Right, we continue the lighting of our Shabbat candles. It's hard to imagine this is the last Shabbat of the year. And the last Shabbat in the courtyard. Think about it. That's right. Isn't that wild? Wild. Let's take one breath, another deep breath in. I love our courtyard. We continue on page 25, the lighting of our Shabbat candles. I'm going to call upon Brandon Frederick and his amazing daughter Ray. It was Brandon's birthday yesterday, so in honor of his birthday.
In every beginning there is darkness. The darkness of chaos seems eternal, yet form emerges, light dawns, and life is born.
In the beginning, the Most High made heaven and earth.
In every beginning there is darkness. The darkness of ignorance which smothers human dignity. The darkness of fear which chokes the creative will. The darkness of tyranny which stifles freedom.
Most High said, "Let there be light."
The Sabbath candles celebrate the divine power that makes for life and light.
Make a wish.
Yes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed is the eternal power that inspires our people to kindle the lights of Shabbat. Blessed is the source of life and light. May we be blessed with the light of dignity, creation, and freedom. May we be blessed with the life, joy, love, and peace.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel
Now that we welcome Shabbat, I invite you to welcome the person next to you. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Wave at someone you may know. Wish them a Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Continue on page 30 with Baruch Hu. I invite you to please rise if you're able.
Page 32. There was silence, there was chaos, there was a voice. A mind went forth to form worlds. Now order reigns where chaos once held sway. The moon follows accustomed paths, constellations their patterned ways. 34. And how unyielding is the will of our people Israel. After long nights, after the days and years when our ashes blacken the sky, Israel endures, heart still turning to love, soul turning still to life. Page 36, we continue with Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
We join together. You shall love the eternal your God with all your mind, with all your strength, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be a symbol before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I, the Eternal, am your God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I, the Eternal, am your God. We worship the power that unites all the universe into one great harmony. That oneness, however, is not yet. We see imperfection, disorder, and evil all about us. But before our eyes is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness. These two we have known in some measure. There's evil enough to break the heart, good enough to exalt the soul. Our people has experienced untold suffering and wondrous redemptions. We await a redemption more lasting and more splendid than any of the past. When will redemption come? We look upon others as we'd have them look upon us.
We grant to every person the right to be claiming for ourselves.
Once we were in bondage, then we were free. In this first liberation, our people saw revealed the power of the Most High. They perceived that God's presence redeems time and event from the hands of tyrants. We too acclaim the power that makes for freedom. We sing the song that celebrates our deliverance from Egypt and all bondage.
Who is like you? Adonai. Who is like you? Adonai. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Mi chamocha elim Adonai, mi kamocha netar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefelet, nora tehilot osefelet. Who is like you? Adonai. Who is like you? Adonai. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai, mikamocha netar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefelet, nora tehilot osefelet. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. ונאמר כי פדרנו את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאה ישראל.
Page 41, page 40. May we lie down this night of peace and rise up to life renewed. May night spread over us a shelter of peace, of quiet and calm, the blessing of rest. There will come a time where morning will bring no word of war or famine or anguish. There will come a day of happiness, of contentment and peace. Praise be the source of joy within us, for the night and its rest, for the promise of peace.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Ashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ashkivenu, Leshalom. Ve'hamidenu, Shomreinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu, Sukkot shlomecha. Ashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ashkivenu, Leshalom. Ashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ashkivenu, shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. La'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam brit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. La'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam brit olam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael oti le'olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai. Et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz, uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. La'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam brit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
We continue on the central portion of our worship with our tefillah on pages 42 and following.
Adonai, Sefata Tifta, Ufia Gitegi Latecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu, Behimoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ahel HaGadol, HaGibor HaNorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekodei HaKol, Bezocher Chasei Avot, Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah ve'hoshia, mori atah, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Tzov Yom Halelucha Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Be seated. Page 52. We live in two worlds, the one that is and the one that might be. Nothing is ordained for us, neither delight nor defeat, neither peace nor war. Life flows, must freely choose. We can, if we will, change the world that is into the world that may come to be. As you're taught from of old, keep your tongue from evil and your lips from deceitful speech. Be of the disciples of Aaron, loving peace and pursuing it. The whole Torah exists only to bring peace, as it is written. Let justice dwell in the wilderness, righteousness in the fruitful field.
Righteousness shall lead to peace. It shall bring quietness and confidence forever.
Then all shall sit under their vines and under their fig trees.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. B'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamevarech et amo Yisrael v'et ha'olam b'shalom.
Before we go into our silent reflection, it's our minhag on a Kabbalat Shabbat, even if it is the last one of the year, at least during the summer, for us to have just a word of Torah as we enter into our moment of silence. And this week, we're kind of almost at the end of the Torah. Kind of almost there. We have actually one more portion after this double portion this week that we'll do in 2 weeks. Because what's next week's Torah portion? Rosh Hashanah, that's what it is, that's right. So we'll do Nitzavim, we'll do Hazinu in 2 weeks, which is the last portion. This portion is a double portion, Nitzavim and Vayaked. And what's interesting about this, there's actually a lot of really cool stuff in this portion. But this one is always done, especially Vayaked, is always done prior to Rosh Hashanah. And the reason why it's always done prior to Rosh Hashanah is that it has within it the phrase of Shuv for Teshuvah over and over in this parasha. Shuv meaning to return. But it also has the following quote. I make this covenant with you, those who are standing here, with those not with us here this day. And ironically, we'll be reading that same portion on Yom Kippur as well. It's that important to us. In case you missed it, that's right, today. I think a few people may have missed it. So what's interesting about this idea is that it is really the value of Lador Vador that we find in this particular portion. The idea that when we're at the foot of the mountain, our tradition is, yeah, there was a group of Israelites that are there, but symbolically, everyone who's ever been an Israelite, or whoever will be an Israelite, was there as well. And I love that concept, because what it means is it equalizes all generations. No one generation is better than the other. Now, you have to understand that's a very important Reform idea, because in traditional Judaism, the closer the generation is to the Torah, the more authority they get. We don't play that game. Each one of us has the same authority as everyone before us and those who will come after us. And I love that it's found in this week's portion, where our ancestors, the Reform movement, found this notion. And what's really beautiful is that in this rededication process of this parsha, what's mentioned over and over again is the brit, is the covenant that we have with God. Because there's kind of this underlying idea that as we head into this very traditionally judgmental period that God's going to judge each of us, we need to know that in the end, we have the secret to our relationship with God, however you define that word God. And that secret is in the brit itself, in the covenant. We have a covenantal relationship. And I would suggest that each of our relationships in our lives are covenantal relationships. All of them. Marriages, yes. But parent to child, child to parent, hello? Absolutely. That's when they never ends, of course. Right? Grandparent to grandchild. Friends. You know what? I love the term that the family we choose is the best family sometimes. I think there's something to be said about that. Right? The idea that those are covenantal relationships. And I say this because I think as we end this year and we begin anew, when do we need to start looking at relationships through the lens of holiness? All of them? They're all covenantal relationships. I don't know. I think we look at it that way. We may want to invest a little more time in each other. We may want to not be as flippant with each other and as short with each other, but actually realize that this relationship that we each have with one another is the foundation of any relationship we would ever have with God. Because in our tradition, we come first in the relationship. And that's really, really important, as we'll talk over the high holidays about. So invite us, as we come to this moment of really cheshbon hanefesh, we come to this moment of the counting of our souls. Let us remember that we have all the power here. And how we treat each other, how we act towards those that we do have covenantal relationship with, and how we treat those that are on the periphery of our society that need to be with us on the inside as well. Let us pause for silent reflection.
heart. Create a pure heart in me, O God. Create a pure heart in me. Create a pure heart in me, O God. Create a pure heart in me, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within, and renew a true soul within me, and renew a true soul within.
We now focus our energies toward those who are ill and in need of healing. Elna. On this Shabbat, we think of Jana Agrovich, Sally Mendez, Chana Bat Miriam, Bobby Barco, Bob Bell, Robert Berg, Mort Berlant, Dr. Arnold Berliner, Sandy Beinstock, Pauline Bronstein, Carol Brindell, Rich Burns, Ina Bruns, Melissa Champer, Chu Chi, Talia Sarowski, Deanna Courtright, David Dierig, Midori Dierig, Henry Hansen, Jenna Fishoff-Hyman, Carolyn Franklin, Holly Fugit, Marilyn Fuller, Roberta Gabriel, Marcia Gieser, Charlene Griffin, Jack Haff, Olivia Hand, Avram Harris, Linda Harris, Dr. Gary Height, Jennifer Johnson, Mimi Jones, Sylvia Karp, Dawn Kepler, Evelyn Katz McCosker, Carol Lesage, Carol Lerner, Jackie Levinson, Daniel Long, Bobby Lotman, Austin Lucero, Janice Lucero, Maureen McIntyre, Gerald Maddox, Stephen Marceri, Rich McCarthy, Nick Murphy, Barbara Wanamaker Neiman, Glenn Overstreet, Melanie Pearson, Alice Ponce, Sherry Prezant, Tad Prezant, Stephanie Rasmussen, Harriet Reisner, Ramon Rivas, Linda Rogers, Julius Rodriguez, Jessica Ram, Eva Rose, Devon Ross, Daryl Sanchez, Laura Sanders, Victoria Schneider, Judy Schwartz, Shirley Silverman, Norma Slavitt, Kathleen Spencer-Jones, Jonathan Stern, Donna Thyman, Gina Thrower, Eleanor Williams, Sue Witten, David Weiner, Monica Wiley, Yaakov Ben Ada, Brandon Yarkin, Rich Zeberger, Tammy Ziegelhofer. If you wish to add another name to a healing list, I invite you to raise your hand. Thank you. And we also wish a healing heart to those of you, and there are quite a few of you that are in the midst of grieving right now as well. As we continue on page 111 with Elna Rafana La.
Elna Rafana La, Elna Rafana La, Elna Rafana La, Elna Rafana La, Elna
right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Virginia Beck, and welcome to our first Erev Shabbat services of the season, led by Rabbi Magat and Cantor Chavez.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. After the service, we invite you to join us for Kiddush, Hamotzi, and Oneg, not in the Temple House, right back there. I can see it. I can see the food. During which our gift shop will be open. Yes? Yes, all right. I encourage you, tomorrow night is a very important beginning for Rosh Hashanah, and it's called Silihot. And I want to tell you a personal story, which I hope I will see all of you there tomorrow night. We start at 6 o'clock with a film called something.
The Tiger Within.
The Tiger Within Us. And I looked it up. It's about a young man who becomes friends with a Holocaust survivor who's Ed Ashner. Oh, I'm bringing Kleenex. And
It said Asner's last movie he does.
oh, I'm bringing lots of Kleenex. And then we will go into the sanctuary. And 2 years ago, we didn't have the movie or the Oneg, and 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. Really? 9 o'clock on a Saturday night? So I'm sitting there thinking, 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. 7 o'clock, I'm thinking, well, why not? I don't have anything else to do. Really religious of me. So I go, and you know what? Then I went last year, and I'm going this year. I encourage every single one of you, if you've never been, or if you plan on going, awesome, I'm going to see you there. This is the most meaningful and thoughtful opportunity to begin Rosh Hashanah. And I was listening to the parsha that the rabbi was giving, and I thought, now I know why it is so meaningful to me. It is a quiet, private opportunity in the sanctuary to renew my covenant with my family, with my friends, with the world, and with my God as I define God. So I hope that I will see you there. On Sunday, the religious school kicks off the next school year with the pancake breakfast.
Woohoo!
A lot of food at 8 a.m., right, Shannon? Yep. And at noon, the bag picker up, the people are delivering bags will be picking up their bags. But you know, if you're there in the morning, please pick up your bag. It's one less trip we have to make. So that will be fun. I get to see a lot of familiar faces on Sunday afternoon. On Sunday at 1 p.m., the clergy will participate in our community Kaver Avot ceremony at the Chapel of Roses on Oak Hill Cemetery. More on Sunday, the Safer Club continues at 4 p.m. on Zoom with their next book, Dinners with Ruth. On Tuesday, join the rabbi for his weekly chat at noon. And you know what, on Wednesday, there's a very special lunch and learn with the rabbi and the cantor. They're going to discuss the High Holy Days prep. I'll be there. Okay, on Friday, what starts on Friday? High Holy Days. It will be our Erev, Rosh Hashanah, Rauk, Shabbat service at 7 p.m. at the Heritage Theater. If you don't have tickets, they've been mailed this week. I don't have mine yet. So I'm thinking Monday, not there by Tuesday. I'm really sorry, we got a call. If we don't get them in our mailbox, then we can get them at will call. We're excited to feature members of Rock Shabbat, adult, teen, and youth choirs for a big musical experience. All right, Saturday, Heritage Theater, 9 o'clock for the youth, 10 o'clock for the rest of us, not so youth. Now, I am the grandmother of a 7-year-old who plays soccer. Guess what's happening at the Campbell Fields next to the theater on Saturday mornings? Soccer. Lots of little kids, lots of parents, and lots of parking. So be forewarned. Get there early, park in the neighborhoods, or get dropped off. You know what? Take Uber. Okay. Then on the Tashlik is at 5 p.m. at Oak Meadow, also on Saturday. Bring your own dinner to enjoy in the park and some pebbles. So we are eco-friendly. Okay. The next time we're here is next Friday at our Shabbat Shabbat service. It will begin at 6:30 here or in the sanctuary. We'll include the installation of our new Board of Trustees, the auxiliaries, and the ESY board. Take a look at the Shabbat handout. I don't know that we have one.
Yes, we do.
Oh, we do. Okay. Oh, awesome. For all the Sukkot events starting on Friday, September 29th. I will all see you tomorrow night, next Friday, Saturday.
I'll be there. All right. Can you be there? You got two of us at least. You convinced two of us to be there.
Well done, Virginia. That was actually wonderful. I love what you said about Slichot, actually. I thought that was straight on. It was wonderful. And just to kind of explain one thing, I think you heard Kevra vote. That is, there's a tradition that during the high holidays, we visit the graves of our ancestors and our loved ones and kind of connect with our own losses during the year. And so we'll meet in Chapel of the Roses. Ken and I will lead a worship service there at 1 p.m. on Sunday, and then we'll go to individual grave sites for anyone who would like to have a private prayer over that grave site. So Ken and I will be there. It is a very powerful thing. And then also at 4 o'clock, besides the Safer Club, there's also the preschool back to school picnic at the Rose Garden. So we're gonna have a lot of fun on Sunday. Yeah. Pancakes to picnics. What more could you ask for? Right. And when's our next dance? After, like in 2 weeks? 3 weeks or so? 4 weeks? 5 weeks? 19th, there we go, next dance with Louie right there, our wonderful dance instructor. We continue with Elena on page 160. It is our minhag, our custom at Temple Emanu-El, upon hearing the name of our loved one before we recite our Mornis Kaddish, to stand as a sign of love and grief for that person, and to remain standing till all the names on our yard site list have been recited, and together we will all rise. Bless you. On this Shabbat, we are mindful of those that are grieving the Shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning for Lucille Delman, Jenny Deshotsky, Roosevelt Hoover, Bobby Gornberg, Nancy Markham. We also think of those that are grieving the Shana, the first year of mourning for Evan Aronoff, Mike Kahn, Julian Cannell, Laura Danoff Robinson, Robert DeNike, Edith Donath, Mervyn Derlister, Ingrid Eisenstein, Daniel Ellsberg, Betty Fargo, Harold Fletcher, Mary Gold, Natalie Goldman, Jacqueline Hall, Walter Jacobs, Young Kim, Shirley Lerner, Owen Lurio, Marianne Mates, Bishop P.J. McGraw, Vita McClure, Joyce Mendel, Carolyn Offenhartz, Janice Palmer, Bradley Parkins, Thomas Parkins, Deanna Marie Pender, Heidi Preston, Ruth Rosenberg, Lawrence Ross, Mitzi Sapper, Judy Siegel, Joan Singer, Howard Sutkin, Wells Wagner, Sherman Zell. We also think of the following yard sites that we observe on this Shabbat as we think of Benjamin Alfred Abelson, Sidney David Ackerman, Bert Alberts, Ben Aronson, Ruth Bernstein, Jean Brister, Sarah Brockman, Rachel Brown, Phyllis Bergman, Jack Cherkasky, Gladys Cherkasky, Morton Jerome Citron, Elaine Levin Cobb, Sussman Cohen, former president of our congregation, Rick Davis, Norman Deshotsky, Bernard Tomroy, Harry Forster, Evelyn Fox, Abraham Freeberg, Ann Gamborg, Leonard Gaon, Dr. Samuel Ginsberg, Benjamin Goldberg, Roma Green, Al Greenberg, Florine Griff Falk, Leo Herscher, Brana Ruvenkate, Rose Koster, Linda Landers, Robert Larson, Irene Levine, Maria Lipovetsky, Arthur Milbert, Samuel Miller, William Minkin, Sidney Motel, Jeffrey Nadler, Ida Ophias, Judith Lynn German Omens, Eric Pagnalian, Carl Pearson, Cynthia Korek Peterlin, Sophie Peterlin, Yetta Polanski, Daniel Heath Pollock, Ann Richmond, Donald Rosen, Pauline Saltman, Lillian Sattler, Saul Schneiderman, Larry Schwartz, Paula Senegagalia, Herbert Sherman, Arthur Silver, Darlene Smellick, Henry Tucker, May S. Willits, Lisa Oliviote, Alice Wolfstadler, Elsa Wolf, Robert Zollers. Zichronam Livracha, may all the memories of our loved ones endure as a blessing, as we all rise, turning to page 121 to recite together our Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash me'rava, ve'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malachutei, ve'chayachon of yomechon v'chayei d'chor beit Yisrael, b'agalav uzman karev yimru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam olmei alamaya, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי וקודשה ויכלו לעילם מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה משמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במקומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to those who are bereaved among us, wherever they may be, as we say together.
We'll leave that piece of paper, that daf, one more time. As we conclude again with this idea of teshuvah or shuv, this text from Lamentations, actually.
Please be seated.
Yes, please be seated. Thank you. You hopefully you're becoming familiar with this tune if you've been joining us the last few weeks.
Well, if not, you will be.
We'll
in
need
the
it.
next 2 weeks.
We'll need
Yeah.
it next week.
Yeah.
These words, Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva chadesh yameinu kekedem. Take us back, Adonai. Let us come back to you. Renew our days as in the past. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva chadesh yameinu kekedem. Yalalai, 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 We return again to you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We'll continue with Kiddush Motzah.